All right, guys, man, this has been a crazy first round. To be honest, guys, I don't even know why half the stuff that has happened just happened tonight. All I know is I'm gonna go over a few things with you guys. Some of the basically, I want to go over the winners and I guess you could say the losers of the first round, and honestly, go over some of the surprises that happened so far tonight. Man, it's just been wild, man. I didn't expect like 80% of the stuff that's happened in the draft right now to happen. So this is crazy. But with that being said, I kind of want to go over the biggest winners first. So I got three teams here, and I'm gonna kind of break down why I think they did great in the draft. Okay, so number one, and this is crazy. I never thought I would actually say this, is the Browns. The Browns killed it tonight. I knew they were gonna get Miles Garrett. There was never any question in my mind that they were not going to get Miles Garrett. All the rumors about the Browns, they're gonna think about getting Mitch. That was BS. They were never thinking about getting Mitchell Trubisky over Miles Garrett. You have to be a fool, like a literal fool, to take Miles Garrett and replace him with Mitch Trubisky as the number one pick. Sorry, dumbest move you can make. So I'm glad. I'm happy that they made that move. That's going to change their whole defensive side of the field. I mean, he's a playmaker. But then when it came to trading, man, they were on it. They were more active than last year. So it comes to their second pick, and boom, they traded away. And I'm like, whoa! And what they get for it is just insane. Obviously they get this year's first round pick, but they get next year's first round pick and next year's second round pick from the Texans. Okay, and then they flip it even more, and they take those picks and they turn them in. They turn all that into Jabril Peppers, right? Safety to play back there. This is insane. And then they get David Njoku as a new tight end. I mean, you got stars. Now you got all these stars, on both sides of the ball. But you're going to put Jabril Peppers with Myles Garrett on the same side of the ball. And we're not even in the second round yet, you guys. We're not even there yet. And these guys have already signed three big guys. They're already getting three big guys in the game. This is just crazy. I never thought I would say that the Cleveland Browns did good at something, but they definitely killed it tonight. Other than them, second team, the Niners. Dude, the second pick came up and there was a trade. I'm like, who's trading the Niners? It's got to be somebody from up high. It was the Bears. The Bears traded up one pick for Mitch Trubisky, and they gave the lot away. They literally gave away the middle part of their draft, another pick next year, and all they had to do was move up one spot. The Niners already knew they were going to pick Solomon Thomas. Sorry, that was automatically assumed from the beginning. And literally, the Bears. The stupidest thing the Bears did was they made that move. But the Niners not only got Solomon Thomas, but they made this pick at the top of round one, and they came back into round one and they picked up Reuben Foster. Right? So now you're dealing with Reuben Foster, and people say, "Oh, Reuben Foster has character issues." Blah 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 blah. He was rude. He screamed at a nurse in a hospital. Blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, Reuben Foster is an elite inside linebacker. Sorry if you disagree with that. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, he's Luke Kuechly level, if not better. He's going to basically be the 49ers. He's going to be the guy to head everything for the next five plus years minimum, and he's that game changer that they're going to need. When you lose people like Patrick Willis, you need to bring in people with the same skill set. I would say he's up there on that level. That's the kind of player he's going to be. So now you have him and you have Solomon Thomas. The Niners are shelling up, man. Their defense, they're building up the defense first, plain and simple. I honestly see them continuing into the next rounds, just continuing adding defensive players. This is a defensively deep draft, and they know that. And they're not worried about offensive players because guess what? Next year, they're going to have their opportunity to draft a quarterback, okay? There's going to be more quarterback opportunity next year. So why care about getting a quarterback this year or getting offensive players this year when it's so deep? The defensive players in this draft is so deep that you could literally build an entire side of your football team in one draft. And that's what they're doing. So they've killed it. They've got the line. They've got the inside linebacker. I expect them to start adding some guys in the some defensive backs. Maybe a safety. Maybe even a corner. But expect the Niners to be very active. Okay, so going to give them a win here. And then another team that I thought won in this, not as much as the other two, but I'm going to have to go with the Titans. Titans are my team, and I expected them to kind of mess up, but first pick, they got their number one receiver. They got Corey Davis, and honestly, I was kind of here's how I thought of it at first, but I kind of look back on it now, and I feel a little silly. At first, I was like, "Wow, you're gonna take Corey Davis that high," and I was a little pissed because Jamal Adams was sitting there, and I was really mad. I was like, "Man, I wish we would have got Jamal Adams." But now I think about it, it was the good pick, and here's why: because 2 picks later, Mike Williams went. And guess what else? 2 picks later after that, John Ross was gone. All the top 3 receivers were gone before 10 picks. So the fact that the Titans made this pick, I think it was the best pick that they could have made at the time. So we're going to go ahead and move to their next pick, number 18 overall. This one I was actually a little bit less excited about. They got Adoree Jackson. As far as corners off the board, number 3 off the board, I thought honestly the Titans reached for him here, and he's got skills. He's very versatile. You can put him anywhere on the field. I mean, he's a return man. He's a corner. He's he can do receiver. I would never put him as a receiver in the NFL, but he could do it if he needs to. Okay, a kick return, punt return specialist. I mean, the guy he can do it all. A little small for my taste. He's fast, but unfortunately, he's just a little bit small. But still, I mean, he's a serviceable corner. I don't see him being a corner, like a number 1 corner in the NFL. He's definitely going to be someone that you can rely on as far as depth. Maybe even a corner, a CB2, or maybe even a CB3. They'll probably start him as like a CB3 or something. But he's not. I don't think he'll ever be a number 1 corner. Sorry, I think they're gonna probably put him at 2, maybe put Logan Ryan, let him have a chance at 1. I honestly think that's not the greatest decision. But you know what? We don't know what's gonna happen. They could go and draft Sidney Jones for all I know. You know what I mean? And then he could heal up, and now you have a number 1 corner. So to say that that's a bad pick or that this isn't going to work out, I don't know. Maybe they're not intending for him to work out, but ultimately, at the end of the day, he's still a versatile player. He can pretty much do whatever you need him to do, and that's something that is coveted when it comes to players. Okay, so that those were my winners. Everybody else, there's some good picks, but I thought these guys maximized on what they had as far as opportunities. Let's talk about losers. First loser, the stupidest move in the draft, and just by a little bit, because there's 2 teams here that just made the dumbest decisions that I've ever seen. Number 1, the Bears literally moving up 1 spot. They didn't even need to move up because the Niners were always going to pick Solomon Thomas. Okay, they were worried someone was going to move up for Mitch Trubisky at number 2, which was ridiculous. But they give away not only move back, but they give away a 3rd round, a 4th round, and a 3rd round next year to move up where they didn't need to move up. And they signed Mitch Trubisky. And and I'm sorry, I'm not sold on Mitch Trubisky. I think he's going to be, an okay quarterback. I don't ever see him getting beyond that level of a quarterback like a Jay Cutler, or what's another mid-level quarterback? Jay Cutler, Jay Cutler is literally what comes to mind. I don't ever see him going beyond that. I don't see him becoming like an Aaron Rodgers. I don't see him becoming, like a Drew Brees. I don't see him becoming even a Matt Stafford. I don't even see him on the level of Alex Smith. All right, so to move up and give away 3 other picks for no reason at all whatsoever was the stupidest thing I could have seen. He's literally going to be Jay Cutler 2.0. This is the same crap that Chicago's been doing forever, and their fans, they were upset. If you were watching the draft, their fans were like, no, they were literally saying, oh my God, I can't believe this just happened. Pissed beyond belief, right? And not just 1 or 2 of them, like most of them. So I will say for that very reason, the Bears giving away most of their draft picks, and not just most of the draft picks, but all their mid-round draft picks, the ones that you find the most need in. Those ones are important, and they gave it away for no reason. And honestly, it was a horrible first round pick, in my opinion. A little too high for me. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a bad grade here. And I'm going to say they're one of our losers. The other team, and this one was actually really funny too, the Texans. The Texans moving up. They literally gave away their draft pick. Well, they had to move up, but they gave away their entire first two rounds next year for no reason, for Deshaun Watson. And honestly, guys, Deshaun Watson's a low-budget version of a Marcus Mariota. He's like a non-talented version of Marcus Mariota, okay? So you're getting Vince Young 2.0, but it's going to be Vince Young after he won Rookie of the Year. You're going to get like 2010 Vince Young, where he started like freaking out and like not his talent just started faltering. So to be honest, in my opinion, as far as losers go, Texans giving away all that draft capital next year, their draft next year's done. I wouldn't even want to be a Texans fan next year because guess what? When the draft comes around, you ain't gonna have anything happening until late the second night. Period. You're not even gonna be happy about anything because you're not gonna have anything to trade. But on the plus side, they got a franchise quarterback, and I can't say it's gonna be a good franchise quarterback, but they really don't have a choice at this point. So we'll see how it works out. At this point, I'm going to say that they lost that one. Next, I want to talk about some of the surprises, some of the things that kind of blew me away, and I was just like, wow, like, this is crazy. Remember how at the top of this video, I told you guys, I said, this has been a crazy night. Number one was the Bears trading all that draft capital just to move up one spot and get Mitch Trubisky. I never thought the Bears were going to get Mitch Trubisky. It wasn't even a thought in my mind. I thought they were going defensive player. I thought they were going defensive end or something, like a pass rusher, maybe even like a Jonathan Allen or something, like a defensive lineman. But man, they came out of left field and just put all my knowledge down apparently. So I was really surprised with that. After that, the next one is basically the Texans trading away their draft capital next year and literally losing everything. That was a little tricky for me too. And I'd say the thing that surprised me probably the most is seeing people like Jonathan Allen or Marshawn Lattimore, Malik Hooker, or even Reuben Foster just slipping so much. These guys were supposed to be in the top 10. Every single one of those guys was supposed to be in the top 10. Jonathan Allen was literally projected as the number 2 overall player in this year's draft. And he didn't even get picked up until the 17th pick, and that was by the Redskins. You know what I mean? So it just blew my mind. And I know that a lot of it's injuries, like Hooker's an injury, Lattimore's concerns about his injuries, Allen's concerns about his injuries, Foster was concerned about his character. But you know what? I'm sorry. When you got a player like Jonathan Allen, who's pretty much he's going to be a Pro Bowl defensive lineman, I don't care if you agree with that or not, because it doesn't change the fact that it's the truth. Jonathan Allen's going to be a Pro Bowler. And to have him slip to 17, he's pretty much a guarantee. He's a lock. Having him slip to 17 is insane, okay? Having Malik Hooker, basically people saying he's as ball hockey as Ed Reed. He's the next Ed Reed. And having him slip to the Colts at 15, that's insane. Look at some of the names that went above Malik Hooker, right? Let's look at it. Patrick Mahomes, right? Okay quarterback, not really great. Let's look at defensive players that honestly shouldn't have went before him. To be honest with you, I don't think Marshawn Lattimore should have went ahead of him. Hassan Reddick, another one. I don't think he should have went. He's a good player, but he's definitely not a Malik Hooker, okay? Derek Barnett, another one. Great defensive end, but not Malik Hooker, okay? So if you think about it like this, guys, it's just insane that he would slip that far just because of concerns, right? Lattimore, I mean, he went at 11 overall, and he's the best corner in the freaking draft. So, I mean, to me, it's crazy, and I think that the problem was it was a combination of there being a limited amount of offensive players to defensive players, and the other thing that I think had a pretty big effect on everything was the fact that some of these guys have injuries and character issues, and obviously you're going to slip, but man, I never thought they would slip that far, guys. So, those are my biggest surprises. I can't wait to see what round two holds. I'm really excited about tomorrow night. I want to see round two and round three. Those are going to be some other good rounds. We're going to see a lot more players going, and we'll see what ends up happening. But this is what I've got for you so far. Tell me what you guys think. What surprised you the most? Like, what team do you think took it and stole the show tonight? And what team do you think just blew it big time? Like, had the opportunity and just blew it big time? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and remember to subscribe for more content like this. Thank you and have a good night.